Hey, what's going on, AP World people? We have a good video for you today. This is video number 8, Judaism and Christianity. So let's get started with Judaism. So this is a monotheistic religion, belief in one God called Yahweh, and the Hebrew scriptures plays an important role in understanding Judaism. This is often what's referred to as the Old Testament in Christianity. And around 2000 BCE, it was founded by Abraham in Canaan. And this is present-day Israel, Palestine, and Lebanon. And the Hebrews went to Egypt, where they were enslaved. And then Moses led the Hebrews out of Egypt in 1300 BCE, where he introduced the Ten Commandments, which is a part of the Old Testament in Christianity as well. So let's discuss the conquering of Jewish states. So Jewish states were conquered by the following groups, and you need to know each one of these groups. The Assyrians will conquer Israel in 722 BCE. So this is actually going back to period 1 of the AP World curriculum. And inhabitants were forced out to distant regions in the Mediterranean and the Middle East. So we're going to see Jewish people scattered throughout this region. The Babylonians will also conquer Jewish states. They conquered the kingdom of Judah in 586 BCE, and Jews were able to return in 539 BCE. So we see them again being forced to move throughout this region. The Romans will take over Jerusalem in 37 BCE, and Jews will rebel in the early centuries CE against the Romans. Rome will win, and they will persecute Jews, and the Jews will flee their homes and land around Jerusalem. So what is the impact of these conquests of these three different groups? Well, there's a growth of Jewish diaspora communities around the Middle East and Mediterranean. Again, they are spread out since they are forced to flee their homes. Jumping over to Christianity, the core beliefs are that Jesus was the Son of God. It's a monotheistic religion, again, belief in one God. Salvation could be obtained for all believers. This is the idea of equality for believers. So whether you were a man or a woman, if you believed, you could obtain salvation. And they drew on beliefs of Judaism, specifically the Old Testament. And there's also a push to care for the poor and those that are less fortunate. So some early Christian converts included artisans, traders, and women. And St. Paul, who we'll talk about in the next slide, he set up communities in present-day Turkey. So he will play an instrumental role in helping to spread this religion. Armenia was the first place where Christianity became a state religion, and we'll see different places also adopt Christianity as a religion. So continuing with the spread, we have St. Peter, who is one of the 12 apostles, and he is considered the first Catholic Pope. He helped spread Christianity in Rome. St. Paul is going to spread the Christian gospel around the Mediterranean and preach salvation through faith in Jesus. And he was, again, as I mentioned, instrumental in the early spread of Christianity. Be able to identify both of these people and their efforts at spreading Christianity. It's important when we're discussing religions to understand how and why these religions spread. So initially, Rome was hostile to Christianity. It was the Romans who crucified Jesus. However, later, under the Roman Emperor Constantine, he's actually going to convert to Christianity in the 4th century CE. And the Edict of Milan, which is issued in 313 CE, stated that there would be religious toleration for Christians in the Roman Empire. So this is going to play an enormous role in the spread of Christianity. Constantine also provided state support for the religion. And under the Roman Empire, Christianity received patronage or government support for buildings. All right, monastic life. Monasteries are places where people devote their lives to religion. Think of like monks that live here in these buildings and just study religion and devote their lives to religion. Like Buddhism, which we'll talk about in the next video, some Christians practiced a monastic life, and this is specifically mentioned in the curriculum, so make sure you are familiar with that. And in monasteries, we have nuns that dedicate themselves to a monastic life. All right, let's end with a quick recap. We have characteristics of Judaism, the conquering of Jewish states by those three different groups, the Syrians, the Babylons, and Romans. The impact of Jewish conquest, think of the diaspora communities. Characteristics of Christianity, know them, key people, Jesus, Peter, Paul, and Constantine. The spread of Christianity, how did it happen? And monastic life for some. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Look forward to see you back here for video number 9, Hinduism and Buddhism. Best of luck. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.